Bienvenue à tous. Welcome to Reporters here on France 24. I'm Mark Owen. There is no planet B. The warning of Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif to the COP27 climate conference. In June, flooding put a third of Pakistan underwater. It was caused by two factors: the heaviest monsoon rains in living memory, plus melting ice caps in the Himalayas, making rivers burst their banks. At least 1,700 lives were lost. 33 million people in all affected. And it continues. Shahzaib Wala is our reporter. Shahzaib, with the carbon footprint in Pakistan next to nothing, it does seem unfair that the country is among those suffering the worst because of climate change.
Well, Pakistan's carbon emission share is less than 1% to the global count, and yet Pakistan is at the forefront of the brunt of climate change. If we talk about recent history, Pakistan has seen multiple climate-induced disasters. Even from the start of this year, right after the winters, we saw a harsh summer come in, and with it brought multiple heat waves. Temperatures across the country rose up to even 51 degrees centigrades in some parts of the south of the country. And right after these high temperatures, there was a monsoon on steroid that drowned almost one-third of the country.
Shahzaib, thank you very much indeed. Let's take a look then at the report by Shahzaib, Sonia Ghazali and Samir Mandro.
The population in rural Sindh is one of the poorest in Pakistan. The literacy rate is one of the lowest in the country. For the past few years, one man has been trying to raise awareness. He addresses these women who harvest cotton and who have lost their jobs because the fields are underwater.
Above the sky, you know there is the sun. The sun sends heat to the earth. Between the sun and the earth, there is a protective layer that filters the bad heat rays. You know that the temperatures are higher now. This is not because there is heat coming from the earth, but because the protective layer has thinned out, and now the bad heat rays are coming directly to the earth, and that is why the temperatures have increased. The reason this is happening is because cars and factories burning fuel cause pollution to rise in the air and damage the protective layer. The most important side effect is that temperatures are rising, and this is causing natural disasters over and over again. There is now a threat of flooding. There is now a threat of recurrent flooding. So we have to prepare for that. Yes, we have to be very prepared. The first thing is that we have to create grain storage places in the villages to ensure food security. Secondly, we need to build a drainage system that can drain the water and thus secure the villages. And thirdly, and most importantly, the houses must be built higher so that if the water comes at this level, for example, it can't enter the houses and you can stay safe at home. So who can tell me what you learned from this discussion today?
Well, we have understood very well why these disasters happen. We are illiterate, we live in isolation. We didn't know anything about this before. Now we've understood that we need to have a good drainage system, that we need to save grain in case of emergency to be able to survive.
We are the least contributor to the carbon emissions, but we are, suffering more. The clothing industry basically working on their shoulder. They have to pick the cotton. They have to empower the industry, but the industry is not getting back. So this is kind of the climate justice agenda, that how the other stakeholders who are involving, even the local, even the national as well as the international, I mean the buying firms, buying companies like Adidas, like others, who have to pay back, I mean, the firms who are basically promoting the fossil fuels and like that, they should compensate the carbon clean credits. And being a citizen, I am also trying that climate justice at the international level is also needed.
The cost of the damage caused by the floods in Pakistan amounts to $30 billion, according to the government. It will take years for the country to recover.